to Europe, and the Europe heatwave has resulted in more than 1,100 deaths in Spain. A 16-day-long heatwave has, of course, been wreaking havoc and leading to wildfires. The Public Health Agency has said that officials reported 1,149 excess deaths in Spain from August the 3rd to 18th that could be attributed to the scorching temperatures. Although Spain's mortality monitoring system cannot confirm a direct cause between deaths and high temperatures, it provides the most reliable estimates of fatalities in which heat was likely a decisive factor. Climate experts say global warming is driving longer, more intense and more frequent heat waves around the world. Earlier, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez warned that difficult hours remain in the fight against wildfires ravaging the country, despite the dropping of temperatures. PM Sánchez also urged the affected people to be attentive to the recommendations of the institutions. Well, once again, we are joined by Desmond Majekadunmi, who is an environmentalist who is live from Lagos, joining us once again to discuss this situation. Of course, the situation on the ground is difficult. That confirmation of more than 1,100 deaths being attributed to this heatwave in Spain. But Desmond, we heard previous reports, and a previous study found that an earlier heatwave at the end of July, or the beginning of July, sorry, led to 2,300 deaths as well. Why can heatwaves be so deadly, and how do people avoid getting into serious harm in extreme heat?
Yes, well, the reality is that people will get dehydrated very rapidly. And given the normal temperature that people are used to in Europe, possibly they don't really take the required amount of water. They don't have enough liquid. And dehydration can bring on very exacerbated metabolic circumstances that can lead to death. There's no doubt about that. Also, the human metabolism, it takes time. It takes, sometimes years. People in the tropical areas, their metabolism is able to, get used to this sort of thing. Even genetically, they're more genetically disposed for it. So that's one of the major causes of the death. Then, of course, there's the other things like, we have far more frequent fires. And these are causing terrible tragedies as well. However, it's very encouraging in a way, as much as, our hearts really obviously go out to the people that are lost, that the head of government in Spain, he warned the people that there are more heat waves to come. But he was just referring to this year, whereas the reality is that over the next few years, in fact, over the next couple of decades, there's going to be far more heat waves, and they're going to be far more severe, even if we do take the necessary measures to reduce the major cause of the heat waves, which is global warming that is anthropogenically induced because of the pollution. So we need to really, really get ready for some terrible, terrible consequences of the actions that we are taking that are damaging nature. Remember, nature is obliged to respond to whatever she is given. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Desmond, we are unfortunately out of time, but of course, so many areas in Europe hit with heat waves, wildfires, but also flooding across the world as well. It really is potentially a time where world leaders, not just the Spanish Prime Minister, could be looking at what to do to resolve these issues. But Desmond, until next time, thank you ever so much for joining us. And that is all that we have time for. We'll be back very soon.